Baptist Health, and by Everbank. Now, to get things started, here's JP Shadrick.
Welcome in, Jaguars Postgame presented by Florida Home AC. Call Florida Home AC today. Official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. We're at the Hyundai Studios after a Jaguars loss to the New York Jets. Final score, Jets 32, Jaguars 25. The Jets now 4-10. The Jaguars fall to a record of 3-11. Bucky Brooks standing by across the street at Everbank Stadium, and we'll get to him with head coach Doug Pederson coming up in just a little bit. But this game was back and forth, had plenty of excitement in it, but as has been the case a lot of this season, the Jaguars defense gives up explosive play after explosive play at a key moment, multiple moments in this game, and they can't hang on, and the Jets, Hall of Fame quarterback, gets the job done with a wide receiver he's known for a long time. Fred, good afternoon. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? More of the same. You know, we've seen this week in, week out. I think the only difference is it was a close game. It was a thrilling game throughout. The score, they lost by 7. So it falls just outside of the 7 games by 5 points or less. Mm-hmm. And, but it was a closer game than the 7 points would show. 2 big plays on the back end of the game, all to Devontae Adams. We were just talking about those 2 big catches put him almost at 200 yards, but over 100 yards in those catches alone. So pretty good matchup throughout most of the day. You see Mac had some energy. The offense came out with some energy. The run game was there for the most part. And just on the defensive side, they gave up the 2 biggest plays of the ball game. One right there in the blown coverage, the other one 2nd and 10 straight down the seam route versus an all-pro receiver. You should never allow that matchup to happen, but it did, and they exploited it, and the Jets found a way to win the game, something we've been looking for the Jaguars to do.
Yeah, it's a shame, too, because the Jags defense carried over the performance in the first half from last week.
Yep.
And, we talked about it at halftime, Fred. If they don't get the fake punt converted, right, Aaron Rodgers completed 1 pass in the first half. He completed 2 on that drive, including the touchdown to Garrett Wilson, but he only completed 1 other pass for the entire half. He was 3 of 8, and they, kind of much like the Jags did last week, they decided, we got this really good receiver on the outside. We've only thrown it to him twice in the first half. Let's just destroy him with targets in the second half. That's exactly what they did. But at least the Jags, JP, were able to carry it over with Brian Thomas as well. 14 targets today, and it didn't matter. Sauce Gardner wasn't slowing him down. Nobody was really slowing him down out there with 10 catches, went over 100 with a couple of scores of his own.
Yeah, they went early and often to Brian Thomas today on the offensive side. Couple of touchdowns for the rookie out of LSU. The Jags were better on 3rd down a lot of the day until later in the game, and Jaguars, though, fall in a close one, 32-25, the final score. So it's more of the same, Fred. I mean, there's more points this time around. The offense felt better a lot of the day, but at the end of it, the defense, after playing such a good first 30 minutes or so, just ran out of gas in those big moments. And, you give – that kind of quarterback, that kind of time, and the way he was extending plays and things, we know that's kind of his game, even at 41 years of age.
Right.
Bad things can happen if that continues.
Yeah, you know what? This game was encouraging considering it was a different Jaguars team that we had seen, right? It was the first time all year they came out on the opening drive. They went 13 plays, 57 yards, had 6 minutes time possession, but they scored. And then after a 4-play series there, interception, which was really a punt by Mac, they come back and go 18 plays, 82 yards. But the letdown was with that sort of production after having your defense on the field, off the field for 11 minutes, you only get a field goal out of it.
Yes.
And Mac didn't make the best play there. It was 2nd and 5. He takes a sack at the 12-yard line. Like, you got to just throw it to the hot dog, man, and way out there in the back of the stadium there, and give yourself an opportunity. But that was encouraging looking at the first half, which was different than what we had seen from the Jaguars, is they had 3 drives of double-digit plays. We hadn't seen that, plus the fast start. Still, I think at the very end of the day, what happened was the Jets just got in the rhythm. They found a big play here or there. But the Jaguars defense was playing pretty solid for the most part, holding the Jets to 25% on third down. On the flip side, the offense was 75% on third down, and they had the ball moving. So this game came down to big plays, and the Jaguars just didn't make enough of them.
The Jaguars Radio Network is presented by UF Health. University of Florida Health is the proud healthcare partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're back in a moment. Plenty more ahead. We'll go back near the locker room here shortly with Bucky Brooks standing by with head coach Doug Pederson. That's coming up in just a little bit. Final score, Jets 32, Jaguars 25. It's Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Jaguars fans, huddle up. Do you own a vehicle made in the last 10 years? If your car is outside of factory warranty or with no warranty coverage, get the best defense against expensive auto repairs with CarShield, the official auto protection partner of the Jaguars. With plans to fit every budget, CarShield helps you cover up to 5,000 parts and systems. Call 800-471-1223 now or go to carshield.com/Jaguars. That's 800-471-1223. Coverage varies by plans. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Brooks Rehabilitation is proud to be the official rehabilitation partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are here for them, and we are here for you. Ranked #1 physical rehabilitation hospital in Florida by U.S. News and World Report, our playbook is individualized treatment and exceptional care to get you back to living your life. Brooks has cutting-edge technology and therapy solutions in every care setting, treating sports injury, orthopedics, brain, spinal injuries, and more. Go beyond your expectations with Brooks Rehabilitation.
Hey fans, it's Tyson Campbell, cornerback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, your game day is getting even tastier with Al's Pizza in the stadium. And every time we get a pick, you'll score. If the Jaguars get one interception, you'll enjoy buy one, get one free pizza at any Al's Pizza location Monday through Thursday after the home game. 2 interceptions, a free dessert. And 3 interceptions, that's a free appetizer. Just tell them you want the Jags pick. Up your game and get your Al's Pizza at the game or any of their locations.
Maximize your energy savings with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system from Florida Home Air Conditioning, and you could save up to $4,500 through possible tax credits and other discounts. Purchase a new system today, and Florida Home Air Conditioning will buy back your old inefficient HVAC system. Request your complimentary consultation from Florida Home Air Conditioning, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit FloridaHomeAC.com for details, terms, and conditions.
License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC continues. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. We're at the Hyundai Studios. Download the Jags app and the exclusive weekly trivia starting Wednesdays each week. Fans have an opportunity to win autographed Jags swag by answering 5 game-related questions week over week. Download in the App Store to play weekly trivia now. Bucky Brooks standing by. We'll get to him coming up shortly with head coach Doug Pederson after a Jaguars loss 32-25, the final score. Back and forth affair today. The Jaguars had a 7-0 lead. The Jets go down and tie it 7-7. Jaguars built a lead up to 13-7, and Anders Carlson had a field goal for the Jets, 13-10. Little at the just before halftime made another one, 16-10. This is after half, 16-10, and then Rodgers to Adams, 1-yard touchdown. The fade to the back right corner from the 1 on second down, 17-16 Jets. Jags regain the lead, 22-17 on the 19-yarder to Thomas. And then Rodgers to Adams, 71-yarder, 25-22 Jets. Cam Little hits a field goal to tie it at 25, and then Breece Hall from a yard out, 32-25. And, yeah, Fred, it comes down to really three big plays for the Jets in this game. Without 1 or 2 of those, you could say that about most games. I get it, but that's the difference in today's game.
Yeah, I mean, the big plays, you never want to have big plays against. You know, from an offensive standpoint, you always want to go out there and put big plays on the opponent. But, again, those 2 big plays, the 71-yarder, was that in the fourth quarter?
It was in the fourth quarter, 3:24 to play. Yeah.
So you give up 2 plays to Devontae Adams for, 112 yards there in the fourth quarter, and really those are the plays that broke your back, considering how well they had played defense throughout the day. Again, I mentioned the third down percentage there going into the half. They held the Jets pretty much. Aaron Rodgers was the leading rusher, throughout the first half. Let's see if I know, Mike, this is your area of expertise here. You'll get to that throughout when we talk about the stats. But, he would run and smile. He didn't even believe he belonged outside.
Doug, obviously Devontae Adams is an incredibly talented player, but why do you think he was able, from what you were able to see, to have such a big second half for them and a win?
Oh, he's a great receiver. Aaron's a great quarterback. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. So they made plays that we didn't make, and that part's unfortunate. I thought we did some good things, but just again, it comes down to just a couple of plays that your season or your game or whatever could be a little bit different. But give credit. Those are two good players.
Hey Doug, it seemed like Mac posted a pretty solid game in terms of being comfortable. What did you see from him, and where could he improve, I guess?
No, I thought Mac played good. He played well. I thought the offensive line protected well today. Again, did some good things. BT had a heck of a game. I just think we just got to keep learning and can keep growing as a team and keep working. And Matt gets more comfortable with the things we're doing and what he likes, and it just he played tough. He played physical. He did some scrambles in there. So it was a good performance. Good performance.
Doug, on the interception, did you think that Mac was going to Brian, because he was also lined up on the left side with Parker, and he got open on a little curl route over the middle, but Mac chose to go the other way and he just overthrew Parker? Yeah, I just think he sailed the ball a little bit too high. But look, it's trying to make a play, obviously. I have to take a look at the film and make a determination on the route combination. It was a double move route combination, so catching them in their too high shell defense and just felt like just a little bit overthrown.
Doug, were you surprised they didn't take a knee there at the 1 yard line and force you guys to use your timeouts and do that? And did you guys let them score intentionally at the end?
Yes.
Were you surprised that they didn't just?
Yes.
Isn't that the coaching?
Yeah, it's a different philosophy, but obviously, you can, score the touchdown. You kind of in those situations you want them to score so you can save time for our offense, or the other way is you need a couple times, and make me burn the 2 timeout. So it's either way.
Coach, with so many pass catchers that you depended on at the start of the season being out, how nice was it to see both Brian and Brenton step up and have big double-digit days for you reception-wise?
I couldn't be more happy for both those guys. This was a great opportunity for Brenton, and he really rose to the occasion. And you talk about a great, humble kid that plays tough, plays physical, and the type of player that we know that he is. And then, of course, BT, you just see the a top receiver in this league. He's a good young receiver that's going to continue to get better, and as we get Trevor back and all that kind of stuff. It's a good combination to build around.
Doug, do you view as Brian as sort of like one of the bright spots in the season that hasn't gone obviously as well as you guys wanted, maybe the brightest spot?
I think so. I think he's had a heck of a season for a rookie, receiver, and not only here in Jacksonville, but in the NFL. And like I said, I think there's more, as he continues to grow and learn, and it's, he can get better. But I'll tell you this: it's just he's a good, humble kid that does work hard, and he has been a very, very big bright spot for our offense all season.
He's probably about something like 40 yards shy of 1,000. Was still 3 games to go. What was your anticipation for what he could deliver for you when you broke out of training camp and the season started? Not many rookie receivers get 1,000 yards. Some do, but most of them
some do.
Way short.
And obviously, we had high expectations coming out of camp with him. Obviously, Christian, Gabe, Evan. We had some pieces that we continue to run our offense out of, and really find a niche for Brian and really see what he's capable of doing. But as the season progressed, you see that he can handle more information. He can handle more responsibility, and each week we keep finding ways to load him up, and he answers, and that's what you want from your top receiver, and like I said, he's been such a bright spot. He's been a workhorse offensively. Someone, obviously, there's a lot of people we depend on and count on, but he's, for a young player, he's someone that you can dial the ball up, and chances are he's gonna find a completion. So just been thoroughly impressed with Brian as the season's gone on.
Doug, with Brenton, he had 11 catches on 12 targets, so highly efficient. What do you like about his route running and his hands and the skills he has as a pass catcher?
Yeah, I think he's he's bigger, he's physical. Obviously, he runs. He probably runs better than people think. Really good disciplined route runner. It's just, and plus he's learning from Evan too. He's got a good mentor there to learn from, and again, it's what Brenton does during the week and how he attacks the week and what he works on. He continues to work on his weaknesses, which enhances his strengths, and again, he's been a bright spot for us, a good young player, and excited for him.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, I used to tease people all the time that I would always say I'm the only starter in the NFL that didn't play more than the backup. But that was just me sort of in my feelings and wanted to play more during those times. But I also had a young guy who was, he was trying to tell the coaching staffs I need to play more. We were able to find a common ground where we both can go out there and contribute. And I think the Jaguars have 2 really good backs. They just got to find a way to see what they're both great at and find a way to get them the ball more.
Final score, Jets 32, Jaguars 25. Mac Jones finished today with 294 passing yards, couple of touchdowns, both to Brian Thomas Jr. That's the positive. Couple of interceptions in the game. One at the very end of the ball game, trying to get down the field again. We just mentioned the rushing numbers there, ETN, Bigsby. Unfortunately, the Jags defense giving up big plays again and at the wrong time, certainly late in this game today, and the Jets get a win 32-25. Head coach Doug Pederson now with Bucky Brooks. Bucky?
Coach, thoughts on a tough loss today?
Tough one. I'm really hopeful that this game today, whether we believe it or not, can be you hate to even say a wake-up call, but in a sense that you tell the guys a lot, and you talk a lot about making plays, and these games come down to 1 or 2 or 3 plays a game, and you never know which ones are going to be, and you got to stay locked in. I'm not. It's offense, defense, it's specialty, it's coaching. It's everything, and there were a lot of bright spots. There was a lot of good today, but the couple of plays in this game are the ones that sort of overshadow that.
As I'm sitting on the sideline, I'm watching you doing a lot of coaching and talking about situational awareness. You were talking about special teams and bleeding the clock and doing all these things, and so I hear the messages and those things. How hard, is it a maturity thing when you wait for players to kind of understand that and make those plays in moments, or is it just like a capability thing? Because it's really hard to see it talked about, but to still see like kind of like the theme of the season where we just don't get the execution at the end of the games, even though it's been discussed.
I think that's a conversation for the offseason. But it's look, it's everything. It's everybody. It's me. It's it's the staff. It's everybody. Now we're at 8 one-score games. And we have got to, as a team, not just players. I'm talking about as a team. That's everybody. That's coaches. That's players. That's everybody. We've got to figure out and understand that this game sometimes is more mental than it is physical. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And understanding that every snap is a game situation. Every snap. First down, second down, third down, fourth down, punts, everything. Special teams, kickoff. Everything we do is situational football. And it's not where you want guys to be handcuffed or paralyzed mentally, right? But the more we are prepared, I think that and the more understanding that we have of game situations and all that awareness. And
touchdowns today. Can you just describe to us how you got free and scored on both those?
The first one, it was like in a 3-by-1 formation. Had a little over route. The safety ended up coming down driving on a tight end, so I was able to pop open. And second one, hold on. It was like the slant? Yeah. I had a choice route, and I was able to cross my defender's face and break his leverage, and caught it, and I just seen it was wide open, so I ran to that. So, yeah.
Brian, on the
question is, when you came into the season, what kind of expectations did you have as a first-round selection? What did you think you could accomplish rookie year?
As I came into the season, my expectation was just to be the best player that I could be, go out there, put in the work, and just let that show for me. I came out wanting to just put my best foot forward each and every day, and just be the best I can be as a teammate, and be the best I can be as a player, and just see where that takes me.
Brian, on the last play where the ball was intercepted, did you think the ball was coming to you? Because it looked like over the middle you had an opening there. You were there, but the ball went behind you. Unfortunately, Mack overthrew Parker. But did you think the ball was coming to you, or were you not sure?
Nah, I wasn't. I didn't think it was coming. I didn't really see. I wasn't able to see like the coverage that they were in, or whatever. So nah, I didn't. No.
Could you also talk about where does the humility that you have come from? Because quite frankly, a lot of really good receivers in the NFL have a kind of a little bit of a lot of diva in them, and you don't have that at all. Why is that?
I just try to be humble. Just try to go by my day each and every day, just being the best person I can be. I really just trying to just being humble, because I know it can all, as it's happening, it can all be taken away from you in a second. So I just try to be humble about everything and just push forward and be the best that I can be each and every day.
Mike Brodsky, Florida National News. Brian, you broke 2 records today, rookie records for the Jaguars, most yards, most touchdowns. Was that important to you to set records like that, or how does that fit in with your goals for the team and goals personally?
I mean, it comes with it. I was just going out there just playing. It comes with it, just being the best that I can be, and it turned out good for me, just being able to break those records. But I mean, at the end of the day, we still wanted to go out there and win as a team. So I mean, yeah.
Going into the game, did you know that you had the ability to break both those records? Were you thinking about that pregame?
Yeah, I know.
I know Max said earlier in the week you kind of demand the football, not in a diva way, but did you kind of talk to him and maybe press about trying to break those 2 records?
Nah, I just went out there and just played the game the right way. I let everything come to me. everybody knew, so I mean, I didn't really have to say anything, but I just go out there and just try to play the game the right way, and if it comes to me, it comes to me, you know. Yeah.
What were your emotions when they made the announcement and, you saw the Brian Thomas Jr. record breaking? What were your emotions?
On the yards, when I was super excited because it caught me. I didn't know if I had it or not. So, I was super excited about both of them, really. I knew when I got the touchdown, I broke it. So, it was just super exciting for me. It was a great moment. But at the end of the day, still just wanted it would be better if I got the win.
Who was that woman that you gave the ball to?
That was my mama.
What's your relationship like?
Me and my mom have a great relationship. My mom, my dad, they were both here today. I love both of them. And me and my mom got a great relationship. As a woman who raised me and took care of me my whole life, she means the world to me.
Last question. When you knew that you scored that touchdown, did you guys plan that, giving the ball to her?
Yeah, we had talked about it. She'd been wanting me to give her one. But every time I score, I just go to the sideline. I had never really thought about it, but I was like, this time I'm going to remember. And I remember, and I went and gave it to her.
Brian, unlike a lot of first-round draft pick receivers, you came into a room that had some pretty solid, established guys. What have they been like in terms of helping you with your development, and who would you say has helped you the most?
They've been great with just Gabe and Christian. They've been great to me, just teaching me a lot, just me being able to learn from them. Them continuously helping me on the sideline. Me and Christian were talking out like certain coverages and how I should run certain routes, and just them being there for me. They've been great teammates, great brothers for me. They're super supportive, and they just hope for the best for me.
Brian, sounds like you're having a hard time really truly enjoying the moments just because the way the season has gone in terms of win-losses. Is that true? Are you having a hard time really enjoying the success?
I wouldn't say it was like a hard time, but at the end of the day, you know what you want. You know that at the end, the goal is to be like as good as a team. It's not really about personal accomplishments. You always want to be the best you can be as a team, and the personal accomplishments will come with it. So yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Brian. The official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit FloridaHomeAC.com for details, terms, and conditions.
License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
What's Here is a place that generations have trusted to help their kids grow up healthy and strong. What's Here are caregivers with knowledge and expertise rivaling any children's hospital in the world. What's Here is the only Level 1 pediatric trauma center in our region. What's Here is Wolfson Children's Hospital, with the technology, research, and dedication to save and change countless young lives. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrex material, which is 2 times stronger than vinyl, delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Anderson. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Anderson handles everything from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and superior process. It's the people.
Where'd he go, Lido? He wants the mic.
Wants the mic. I love it.
He came in demanding the mic.
Matt, could you talk a little bit about the last pick? Did you Brian was lined up on the same side as Parker was, and he did like a little curl into the middle, and it looked like he was open. Did you see Brian, or were you just kind of thinking Parker was the guy that you were going to go toward?
I'm gonna have to watch the film.
Yeah.
It's definitely in the gameplay. At that point, I think we had like 44 seconds, and we were on the plus 50. So usually it's a second a yard. So you kind of got to get a chunk play, if that makes sense. Yeah. And Sauce kind of baited me into it, I guess. That's what I saw, and he peeled back on it and made a good play. So definitely going to watch the film and see what I can do different.
Could you talk a little bit about what Brian has been able to do for this offense this year? Being a rookie, he's only got about 40 yards left to get to 1,000.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, I've been a rookie before, and he's a professional, and all the older guys obviously have been a rookie before too, so they get what he's going through, and it's just impressive that he comes to work every day with a good attitude, and he's going to be here for a long time, and I'm really looking forward to watching him play here. He's a great teammate, and I'm going to just keep building with him. I thought he had a good rapport with Trevor, and has done a good job with me, so just got to keep getting the ball. They're doing things now to take him away, clearly, as you see during the game. So we just got to figure out a way to watch other teams and see what they do and how to get him open more.
What kind of expectations do you have for him, not just moving forward this year, but into the future?
Yeah, I think when you play well as a rookie, you got to just start over your next year and play well again, and don't let any success or failure carry over to the next year. You just take every day one day at a time, and I know he's going to do that, and we got some good games to finish here, 3 games left, and he's going to continue to fight like everybody else.
Mac, you've had a few games now to, call the signals and pretty much take the command here.
Yeah.
How close are the passes? I mean, I know the one pass that you tried to Ryan in the back of the end zone kind of sailed on him. I mean, how close is it to just the connections at this point? You're still trying to get tendencies at this point?
Yeah, I mean, you watch NFL football, and there's plays that are made and plays that aren't. So as a quarterback, you just want to get the game to the fourth quarter, and we did. Last week we got down there and won it. This week we didn't, and that's on me. So I know I got to get it to the fourth. That was my plan all along, and Aaron played a great game, and the Jets defense did a great job. So it's a Hall of Fame quarterback, and you got to go down there and score as much as you can, turn those 3s into 7s.
And how important was it to get Brian involved early? I mean, even if it was just short little passes to get it going there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's every offense. You want to feed your best player. And obviously, we got other great playmakers too. So I thought Brenton did a good job. The running backs, the other wide receivers did a good job. So obviously, the offensive line, that's a really good defensive front. So they did a good job. And really just comes down to me finishing and making some better decisions. And we're in it at the end. So just finish better and see where it takes us.
Hey, Mac, I know you'd rather have a win, but it seemed like you were comfortable out there today. Could you talk about your performance today and just, it seemed like you were having fun?
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you noticing that. I think for me, it kind of ruins it because we didn't win, right? And I'm always about that. But at the same time, I've been very hard on myself in the past, and my goal is to finish this year strong and see where it takes us. And I'm bummed. I'm disappointed because we were in that game, and I'm looking at it from a professional standpoint and what can I do better. And I thought the coaches called a good game, and the players executed for the most part. I just got to make a couple more plays, and we'll be in a different spot.
Did you feel more comfortable heading into this week as opposed to maybe the last couple weeks when you were coming in a little bit colder?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been an up and down year, but that's your job as a backup quarterback, to be in there, get ready to play. We had some guys injured this year, and I felt like the young guys have stepped up and made plays, and to hang with a good team like that, I mean, it was good. But I want to win. Everybody wants to win, and we're going to find ways to do that these next 3.
And the last thing for me, just it seemed like you and Britton Strange already have a pretty good connection.
Yeah.
Could you talk about that and sort of what he sort of meant to you and the team over the last few weeks?
Yeah, I think when I first got here, just his toughness. He's always training hard, running hard, blocking very well, and then he's really improved in the past game. But yeah, he stepped up with Evan being hurt, and I fortunately got a lot of reps with him in OTAs and whatnot. So we have a little bit of a chemistry, and we're just going to continue to build.
Mac, does it feel like, even in the loss, the offense took a step forward today? Most points I think you guys scored since week 9.
I mean, yeah, like I said, you want to get it to the 4th and have a different result. But at the end of the day, you got to get there, and you got to put up points. And I can turn some of those 3s into 7s, like I said, and it's a different game. So I'll learn from it, and thought the guys played well, fought hard, and I really enjoy playing with this group, and we're going to figure it out. Cool, thanks.
Who can run down the seam route and also threaten the safeties and make some good stuff happen, and then kind of build around that, when Trevor comes back healthy. So from Coach Pederson, that sort of is what jumped out at me. Finishing the game, big plays against, he mentioned that, we mentioned that. And then here, listening to Mac, just really you got to make the plays you're supposed to make. That big pass there to Brian Thomas in the back, just a little too high. It led to 50% in the red zone when they could have played better right there in the red zone. And you got to have those type of plays if you're gonna, win games in the NFL. But again, it was encouraging to see this display, regardless of, the record at this point in the season, to still see the guys going out there to compete. Week 15?
Yes.
Week 15,
Yes.
yeah.
It's easy to lose track.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think the other one thing for Brian Thompson to take out of this, other than we know he's really good and he got a lot of action today, is the fact that that's arguably the best corner in the league, or certainly one of the top
Sauce.
3 to
Yeah.
5. Sauce
Yep.
Gardner. Now, they weren't match up every single time, but they were plenty
Right,
out there
yeah.
today. And they showed it doesn't matter, shouldn't matter at least, whoever is on the other side, that you've got to treat your guy like he is an alpha. And they did that today, and he backed it up with a performance, a couple of touchdowns, over 100 yards. So he goes into the offseason thinking, probably not too many corners I'm going to play that are better than that
Right.
guy, and I had that kind of performance. That's something to build on.
Yeah, like if I'm a young guy, I come in the league and you say Ray Lewis is the best, and I got to match the Ravens my first outing or whatever. Yeah, I want to see how I stand up or match up against him. So it's great, that BT gets an opportunity to go against a All-Pro corner, Pro Bowl corner, and a Sauce Gardner, and really put up these type of numbers that he put up today. So it's a confidence booster and builder. And again, kudos to the young man for setting the Jaguars' new rookie receiving record as well, on top of the performance today.
Yeah,
3 to go.
Yeah, catches, yards, touchdowns are all his
Correct.
now.
956 on the season for him, so should blow past 1,000 yards and
Yep.
hopefully get double-digit touchdowns as well. He's within a couple of that.
Feed Me Seymour. Y'all know that movie?
No, what is it?
What
are you talking about?
The Little House of Horror? What
Little
is it?
Shop of Horrors?
Little Shop of Horrors?
I
You
don't know.
remember?
No.
Feed Me Seymour?
Is that a song from that movie?
Nah, I think it was just like a little saying or something.
Okay.
That's what he should be saying, like feed me.
Well, if you feed me,
Mac.
you'll see more of these performances. That's what he should be saying.
Yeah.
Time now for the Kingfish Best Controlled Offensive Play of the game. And it's the sack. Jeremiah Ledbetter. He got the sack of Aaron Rodgers. That was the first drive of the second half. And then did the backflip. And nearly stuck the landing. He was close. We'll give it to him for a man that's 300 pounds.
Unnecessary. These guys that do all the flipping and the end zone and all this extra stuff, we got a long game to play, guys. Stop doing that. I'm going to come to the locker room and coach these guys up on how to just relax. Don't over-celebrate. Just understand that you got a lot of football to go, and you need that energy, big man. We don't want you to get hurt and get fined conduct detrimental on top of that.
That'd be bad.
That would be bad.
It would be. That, though, the sack at least,
It was
the
great.
Kingfish Pest
That
Controlled
part of the
Offensive
game.
Play of the game. Let the pros tackle the pests in your home by going to kingfishpest.com. That's kingfishpest.com. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Jaguars radio network. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor, plenty to come. Final stats ahead after a Jaguars loss to the New York Jets. 32-25 the final. That's Jaguars postgame on the Jaguars radio network.
The Jaguars bring performance, strength, and passion to every play. And you'll find the same when you bank with Everbank. Open an Everbank Performance Savings account and score serious savings. See what you could earn at everbank.com/Jaguars. Everbank, advantage you. Member FDIC and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance. Americans.
Something happens when you begin to believe. What seems way off in the distance gets closer.
You focus on what needs to get done, and you'll let nothing get in your way.
Next year becomes this year, and maybe next time becomes now.
A whole city will rally behind you and begin to believe too.
Because when you believe, the unbelievable can happen. We believe in justice for everyone, and we believe we're the attorneys to help people get it. Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars, Jacksonville.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical, because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Get a new Tucson, Santa Fe, Elantra, or Sonata with 0% APR for 48 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Hyundai is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Offers end January 2nd. Call 813-867-0006 for complete offer details.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC continues. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and Fred Taylor were in the Hyundai studios after Jags lost 32-25 to the New York Jets. Let's take a look at the final stats. Starting with the team statistics today, total yardage in favor of the Jaguars, 421 to 400. Rushing yardage, 136 on the ground for the Jags today, 125 for the New York Jets, 285 through the air for the Jags, 275 for the Jets. New York, 4 of 10 on third down. Jaguars finished 8 of 15 on third down. At one point, they were 6 of 8 on third and didn't finish well today in that department. 2 giveaways by the Jaguars, both Mac Jones interceptions. This was a flag fest today. Each team had 8 penalties in the game, 8 for 62 yards against the Jets, 8 for 106 yards against the Jaguars. There was a long pass interference involved in that. The Jaguars held the ball for over 21 minutes of the first half. They finished with 34 minutes, 24 seconds time of possession in the game today. The big plays, though, told the tale, Mike, and when you get into the individual stuff, there will be a lot of New York Jets that stand out. Certainly a couple Jaguars, but in big moments, the big-name players stood out.
Yeah, no question. The big plays hurt the Jaguars. But looking at some of the individual numbers here, Mac Jones threw it 46 times today, 31 of 46 for 294, and a pair of touchdowns, pair of interceptions as well. Quarterback rating of just over 81. Aaron Rodgers only threw it 30 times, only completed just over 50% of his passes, but he protected the football, 289 yards on those 30 attempts, so a lot more robust on an average per attempt basis. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a 120 quarterback rating was the result. Travis Etienne led the way on the ground, 14 for 65, 11 for 42 for Tank Bigsby. Aaron Rodgers, as Fred Taylor pointed out earlier, was the leading rusher for the Jets as well, 6 for 45. Breece Hall had 9 for 30, including the touchdown that the Jags basically let him have in an effort to get the ball back quickly. Brian Thomas Jr. caught 10 of his 14 targets for 105 yards and a pair of scores today. Long catch of 41 yards, catch and run. Brenton Strange, 11 for 73. Parker Washington caught 3 for 54. Devin Duvernay, 3 for 42 for the Jags. Davante Adams was the guy for the Jets in the second half. He didn't do anything in the first half, but he had plenty left in the tank, 9 for 198, including a 71-yard touchdown, pair of scores on the day. Garrett Wilson caught 3 for 56 and had a touchdown as well. The lone sack for the Jaguars today coming from Jeremiah Ledbetter.
There you have it. It is the 7th best rushing yardage day in Aaron Rodgers' career, and the highest since 2019. The next highest for him was back in that season, or earlier in his career. So finding a way out there today, Fred, to use his 41-year-old legs and then finding big plays down the field to a guy that he knows well, and Davante Adams.
Yeah, it's all about, just making plays, man, and that's what the Jets came in here and they found a way to get the win. I saw a few times where the defensive ends lost contain and allow him outside. And, for a guy who's been around the league for a while, you look at his age and coming off the Achilles a year ago, he still was moving around the pocket pretty efficiently and finding a way to affect the defense to create opportunities for his receivers in the pass game. So, yeah, A-Rod is first ballot Hall of Famer, still a guy who's gritty and going to find a way to scrap and try to get it done. Certainly not what they expected over there in New York with that roster, with the likes of Garrett Williams, Devontae Adams, Breece Hall on offense, and the Williams brothers on defense. Sauce Gardner, throw him in there. C.J. Mosley. So just an amazing roster, yet the record doesn't reflect that, similarly to what we have here in Jacksonville. But, yeah, they found a way to get it done. 23 less plays than the Jaguars, 10 less minutes time of possession than the Jags. The big plays, those are going to always stand out.
They certainly did today. We're back in a moment with player of the game voting after a Jaguars loss. 32-25, the final. Jets a winner over the Jags. And this is Jaguars Postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Maximize your energy savings with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system from Florida Home Air Conditioning, and you could save up to $4,500 through possible tax credits and other discounts. Purchase a new system today, and Florida Home Air Conditioning will buy back your old inefficient HVAC system. Request your complimentary consultation from Florida Home Air Conditioning, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit FloridaHomeAC.com for details, terms, and conditions.
License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
What's here is a place that generations have trusted to help their kids grow up healthy and strong. What's here are caregivers with knowledge and expertise rivaling any children's hospital in the world. What's here is the only Level 1 pediatric trauma center in our region. What's here is Wolfson Children's Hospital, with the technology, research, and dedication to save and change countless young lives. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
Big savings?
Yep, which means...
It's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. Call Florida Home AC today. Official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jets 32, Jaguars 25. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. We're at the Hyundai Studios. And another Jaguars loss. Now 3-11. Time for the Jaguars Radio Network Player of the Game voting. I get a vote. Mike gets a vote. Fred gets a vote and a half to break any ties. Mike, start us off.
All right. I think I know which way this is going to go.
How do you know that?
Well, I don't know for a fact, but we kind of discussed it a little bit. But I thought I knew which way it would go last week.
What if I was lying to you?
You may be, and that's up to you. But I'm going to go, even though if it were my only, I had the only vote, I'd vote for Brian Thomas Jr. I'm going to vote for Brenton Strange to make sure he gets recognized for the job he did today, filling for Evan Ingram. Was really outstanding, caught 11 of 12 targets for 73 yards, helped keep the chains moving. Brian Thomas more explosive today, but I just want Brenton Strange recognized.
Okay, the vote has been noted. Fred, what would you like to do?
Man, this is easy for me. I'm going to go with the SEC right there, the LSU boy. Brian Thomas Jr., man, just 14 targets, 10 catches, 105, 2 touchdowns. Basically, he kept us in the game. Can't wait to see what he brings to the table. Can I say next week? Yeah. I really want to say next year.
Well, that too, yeah. There's 3 games
but
left.
That's my vote, regardless of the fact. That's my vote.
That's it's an easy one today. Brian Thomas Jr. is the Jaguars Radio Network Player of the Game. You just rattle off the stats. There were plenty of them today for the rookie out of LSU, including 2 touchdowns, but unfortunately in a losing effort. If you're looking for the MVP of the truck game, look no further than Ford F-150. Loaded with impressive capability and designed to dominate work, play, and everything in between. This truck makes tough look easy. Your local Ford dealer, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Baptist Health Injury Report when we return. Final score 32-25. Jets over the Jags. And it's Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Maximize your energy savings with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system from Florida Home Air Conditioning, and you could save up to $4,500 through possible tax credits and other discounts. Purchase a new system today, and Florida Home Air Conditioning will buy back your old inefficient HVAC system. Request your complimentary consultation from Florida Home Air Conditioning, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit FloridaHomeAC.com for details, terms, and conditions.
License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
Hey fans, it's Tyson Campbell, cornerback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, your game day is getting even tastier with Al's Pizza in the stadium. And every time we get a pick, you'll score. If the Jaguars get one interception, you'll enjoy buy one, get one free pizza at any Al's Pizza location Monday through Thursday after the home game. 2 interceptions, a free dessert. And 3 interceptions, that's a free appetizer. Just tell them you want the Jags pick. Up your game and get your Al's Pizza at the game or any of their locations.
What's here is a place that generations have trusted to help their kids grow up healthy and strong. What's here are caregivers with knowledge and expertise rivaling any children's hospital in the world. What's here is the only Level 1 pediatric trauma center in our region. What's here is Wolfson Children's Hospital, with the technology, research, and dedication to save and change countless young lives. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
A gift this good takes a while to unwrap. Get your best gift ever during the Toyotathon sales event before it's too late. Get 3.99% APR for 36 months on the new 2024 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Offer valid through January 6, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.52 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrex material, which is 2 times stronger than vinyl, delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Anderson. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Anderson handles everything from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and superior process. It's the people, it's the process, it's the product. For a limited time, buy one, get one 40% off all windows and doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
Football is back. Celebrate with a gay Duval meal deal. Score 2 Roller Grill favorites and a 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.50. That means you can choose any 2 to pair with your Coke. 2 hot dogs, 2 tornadoes, 2 roller bites, or mix and match. Whether you're stopping for a quick snack or tailgating with friends, this is a victory for every Jags fan. Deal happening now through January 2nd, 2025. Stop by to purchase in store.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC continues. JP Shadrick with Mike Dempsey and Fred Taylor from the Hyundai Studios. Join the next generation of Jags fans. Sign up now for the Jaguars Kids Club presented by Nemours Children's Health. Members receive a welcome kit full of Jags goodies, invitations to exclusive events, monthly e-newsletters, entry into members-only contests, and much more. To go to jaguars.com/members/kids-club and go there now. Injury report presented by Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good, and walked a little in the first quarter, limped off the field, but returned to action. That was a good sign. Didn't really see anything else stand out today, Fred, first glance that I remember. I don't know about you upstairs in the club there.
No, I didn't see anything else.
Yeah. Evan Ingram, of course, we talked about that, done for the year, adding to the list of players on offense now, done for the year. It's a long list. Quarterback, 2 receivers, now Evan Ingram, who statistically wasn't putting out a lot to begin with,
right,
but he's still that guy you need. It feels like you've needed him the last couple of years just kind of as an energy boost for this football team, and he won't be there the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the guys who aren't there, guys we signed in the last, 2-3 years with Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, Evan Ingram, guys that paid a lot of money to, brought in to contribute, and they're not there. But again, wishing those guys a speedy recovery, and hopefully they can get back 100% healthy, and so they can extend their career and hopefully help this team win some ball games.
Yeah, Christian Kirk now, it's been a while since he's been out, but 2 consecutive season-ending injuries for him, so you start to worry about that going forward. Look, you don't want any of these guys to get hurt, but this is a great opportunity for Brenton Strange and Parker Washington to play as many reps as they're going to get. Parker Washington's been getting that. It's been a little inconsistent with the looks, but I think the tight end is a big part of their short passing game right now, and I think that's the thing they want to emphasize with Mac Jones. Fred, get the ball out of his hands quickly, and that means Strange. It means BTJ on these crossers, the quick hitters, and it means the backs out of the backfield. So they're going to, Strange, what a game for him today, and Washington's had some pretty good performances as well. These guys have a great opportunity to build themselves a baseline to have a jumping off point for next year.
Right. Building a baseline is always good for the players, but it's also good for the guys in the front office who are doing the evaluations right now at this point in the season when all of the fans are out there saying, let's tank the season, let's try and get draft position and all that different stuff. What I know is the players are going to go out there and compete. They don't look at all of that. That's up for the team, the front office. They got to make those decisions. But I can tell you what helps make their decisions easier is when you see guys like Brenton Strange stepping up, making plays, the Parker Washington stepping up, making plays, and you can go, hey, we can play with those guys. This guy reminds me of a Christian Kirk. There's not a big fall off. And he's cheaper. Keyword cheaper. The same thing with Strange. And those guys we mentioned with the Evan Ingrams and the Christian Kirks, those guys all got big contracts just a couple years ago. So if there's a way where while you're waiting to see if they get healthy and how they return, you got the draft coming up and all this other different stuff, free agency, everything that's going to be important here in the next few months, you can look at the tape and say, at the very end of the day, we know these guys can make plays and help us win. So it's very important that you don't tank the last couple games and you go out there and you lay everything on the line and you see what you got. And then you can say, I can win with these guys, or we got to release them and, try to find some other players.
Let's come back in a moment. Our final thoughts. We'll look ahead to Vegas, baby, next week.
Never mind.
We're back in a moment. That's Jaguars Postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
To aim higher, run faster. It's what elite athletes do. Always strive for better. At UF Health, we have that same DNA. To not just treat a stroke, but to create a fleet of mobile stroke treatment units. To not just do research, but to use AI to save lives with one of the most powerful supercomputers in academia. We believe, like athletes, that human progress has no finish line. UF Health, National Medical Center for Team USA.
A gift this good takes a while to unwrap. Get your best gift ever during the Toyotathon sales event before it's too late. Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE Hybrid for $359 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through January 6, 2025. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $36.58 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. Call Florida Home AC today, official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars Radio Network presented by UF Health, University of Florida Health, the proud healthcare partner of the Jags. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. Final thoughts after this 32-25 Jags loss to the Jets. But Fred, we are on to Las Vegas. That's how it works. After a loss like this today, on to Vegas, 4:25 Eastern. Sunday, December 22nd, weekend before Christmas. Jags now 3-11. The Raiders are also bad.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, JP. I don't even know what to say. It's Vegas, just before Christmas, and Mount St. Charleston is a good place to go if you want to go and get some fake snow in. Keep close, hold tight to your wallets. Okay. And stay out of the casinos, I guess. But no, the Jags, two teams that want to get a win. They'll be jockeying for, again, draft position there. I think Jacksonville is the better team at the end of the day. When you look at position, I think we have a better quarterback. We have a healthier team, a better defense. So I don't see them really going out there to lose. The Raiders have a lot of internal issues. So hopefully the Jaguars can go out there and capitalize and understand it's a business trip and nothing fun. Don't get blinded by the Vegas lights and come back to Jacksonville with a win, and so we can all rejoice in that for the holidays.
I agree. You got to make sure it's a business trip, right? Because that's the danger of playing road games in Las Vegas, I think. And I've even heard some people say that the odds makers factor in the week after a team plays in Vegas that they hit them for like a point and a half.
That is crazy.
Isn't it, though? But, I mean, it kind of makes sense to some degree. But you're right. I mean, look, we were just talking about on the break, Max Crosby is the heart and soul of that football team, and he is done for the year now. And, they're a team already not going many places, and they're going to be on a short week playing against Atlanta on the road on Monday Night Football. So a lot of things working in the Jags' favor for next week.
Yeah.
So that's next week, 4:25 kick. Fred, have a good week, and we'll talk to you this week.
I plan on having a great week, JP.
I like that.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Although we'll talk to you, I won't see you before
Christmas, I won't see you guys, but we'll definitely have a great post-game show.
Yeah.
In the victory. I'm calling it right now.
You're calling next week?
Oh, yeah.
Already?
Why not? Yeah.
Why not at this point?
I think Jacksonville is ready to go ahead and win, and because the Raiders are going to lose 10 in a row after Atlanta beat them tonight or tomorrow night, and then Jacksonville will make it 11 in a row. Yeah. How about that?
That sounds like a plan.
Let's do it.
Thanks, Fred. Fred Taylor is out of here. If you're on our flagship station, 1010XL, stick around. The Scoreboard Show is next. We'll take your calls after a Jaguars loss, 32-25. Thanks to our entire crew, and thanks to you for listening. It's Jaguars Postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
Welcome to the Jaguars Scoreboard Show. This is your chance, Jaguars fans, to sound off about today's game. The Jaguars Scoreboard Show is brought to you by University of Florida Health, Farah and Farah, Baptist Health, and by Everbank. Now, waiting to hear from you, here are Mike Dempsey, Bucky Brooks, and JP Shadrick.
Welcome in, Scoreboard Show. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton stepping in from the Hyundai Studios after Jaguars lost to the New York Jets, 32-25, the final score back in fourth ball game. And 355-NFL-1, the number 355-6351. We'll take your calls coming up for the next little while. And a lot to get to today. Some young guys playing well for the Jaguars on offense. Brian Thomas Jr., Brenton Strange. That's some good thing. They ran the football pretty well today. Unfortunately, the Jaguars' defense gave up big plays in big moments to big-name players, and they did it over and over again today. We've heard it all season long. Brian, good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Let's get your microphone on.
Okay.
There it is. It's on now.
Is it on now?
You're good. What's up?
Well, you know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Last week, Jarian Jones was the hero. This week, from what I've been able to ferret out, he was the guy who let Devontae Adams run free on 3rd down and 5. Thought he was passing him off, ran free to the sideline. You saw him. There was no one anywhere near him. It looked like he passed him off to Devin Lloyd.
Thought he was passing him off to Devin Lloyd.
Yeah,
right?
remember they're coming out of a timeout, so they clearly talked about this on the sidelines.
You would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were trying to watch it. You're trying to decipher it off the TV, and Devin Lloyd had like two guys.
He's kind of in traffic.
You know, and he's taken the guy that he had been covering, and Devontae cuts free, and that was all she wrote.
355-NFL-1, the number 355-6351. Plenty to discuss. We'll take your calls when we return. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio. Headquartered in Jacksonville, Florida, CSI Companies partners with leading healthcare and technology organizations nationwide to deliver workforce solutions. CSI prides itself on building meaningful relationships and provides personalized operations to fuel the success of businesses, both big and small. Whether it's finding the right talent for a job or seamlessly managing a project from start to finish, CSI has 3 decades of experience in getting the job done. This is your workforce solutions reimagined. Visit CSICompanies.com.
Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Join the Jaguars in Miami and Houston. Watch them win in Philly, Detroit, Nashville, and Las Vegas. All the other Jaguars games are just one short connection away. And if airport parking has you stressed, be sure to visit the Jax Airport website before traveling to the terminal. On it, you'll find information about the status of on-airport parking in real time. See if your favorite areas are available or if you need to call an audible. Visit flyjax.com for more information.
Jags fans, are you ready to upgrade your living space? Enter for a chance to win the ultimate furniture giveaway. You could enhance your home with a new sectional, queen mattress, or queen bedroom set, courtesy of Furniture Source. One lucky fan will receive new furniture after every Jaguars home game this season. Don't miss out. Enter today by visiting jaguars.com/sweepstakes. Jaguars.com/sweepstakes. Selections will vary by game.
Football is back. Celebrate with a gay Duval meal deal. Score 2 Roller Grill favorites and a 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.50. That means you can choose any 2 to pair with your Coke. 2 hot dogs, 2 tornadoes, 2 roller bites, or mix and match. Whether you're stopping for a quick snack or tailgating with friends, this is a victory for every Jags fan. Deal happening now through January 2nd, 2025. Stop by to purchase in store.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Brooks Rehabilitation is proud to be the official rehabilitation partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are here for them, and we are here for you. Ranked #1 physical rehabilitation hospital in Florida by U.S. News and World Report, our playbook is individualized treatment and exceptional care to get you back to living your life. Brooks has cutting-edge technology and therapy solutions in every care setting, treating sports injury, orthopedics, brain, spinal injuries, and more. Go beyond your expectations with Brooks Rehabilitation.
Welcome back. Scoreboard Show continues. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton, 355-NFL-1, the number 355-6351. Your call's coming up after a Jags loss to the Jets 32-25, the final score. What you got, Mike?
Well, we'll start off with Jim in St. Johns County, it looks like, here on the Scoreboard Show. Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Okay.
Good, man. What's up?
Hey, I moved down here, Northeast Florida, about 2 years ago, and really want to be a big Jags fan. I moved from a location where I still have a fun team, but I got to tell you, they're making it hard. I know they played really well or played hard today, but that was a 3-10 Jets team, and I got to tell you, I feel like some of the blame for this has to go right to the top with Shad Khan. I don't know if he's said anything or brought anything up, but I think he owes the fans a whole lot more than what he's putting on the field. If the taxpayers in Northeast Florida are going to pony up over $500 million for a new stadium, we should have a competitive team on the field. And I guess I'm just being a little frustrated. I want to root for him. I've been to several games the last couple of years. And honestly, the Jags fans are outnumbered because other fans are coming in from other locations because their teams have been better. So that's my take. I wanted to get what your size are. But you guys have probably talked about this quite a bit, but it's getting to the point where, I know we played hard and it was a close game, but that was a 3-10 Jets team.
Right.
Against the 3-10 Jags team playing with their backup quarterback against a future Hall of Fame.
This stuff's come up a few times before.
Yeah. Look, I get it. You could feel any way you like about Shad Khan, but he owes you, in my opinion, the effort to give his team the resources that can put them in position to win. He has given them every resource that his front office has asked for. Now, you could say, well, maybe you should have a different front office then. That's a whole other discussion. Okay, but when you start tying the stadium deal to a winning team, that's crazy.
Right.
I'm sorry. There's no guarantee that, we're going to pull the money back if you don't win. I mean, you either want a team here or you don't want a team here. And I want a team here. And bad football, I've said it plenty of times, Brian, bad football is better than no football. And for everybody, I get your frustration. It's legitimate. You can have that. But if Shad Khan didn't buy this team, there probably wouldn't be any Jacksonville
Let me confirm
Jaguars,
that for you.
Period.
If he doesn't buy this team is long gone. He made the commitment to stay here, and they've had some lean years, and so you can point to hiring mistakes if that's what you want to point to. But you can never say that this owner has not tried to do everything in his power, whether it's the plane that they fly on, which, by the way, is an outstanding option for a football team. The building that they're in, the Miller Electric Center, which is absolutely state-of-the-art. He spares no expense to give this team a leg up and advantage, and they just haven't been able to take advantage of it. So you can point your finger in a lot of different places, but if you point the finger at Shad and say he owes more, I'm not sure he can do anything more other than make sure he has the right people in place.
And you can feel that way all you like. Nobody's firing the owner.
Yeah,
He's going to be the owner.
It's a great point.
So, if you think
Didn't Jed
something's
York
going to
say
change,
that some years ago with San Francisco? He said the same exact thing. He's like, well, I'm the owner. Nobody's firing me.
Yeah.
And then
And
they
just
turned it around.
To make the point, they're not winning in Nashville. They're building a new stadium in Nashville. They're not winning in Chicago, and they are scrambling, whether it's a suburb or whether it's the city, to build the stadium in Chicago. These NFL franchises are like pieces of gold, and there are only 32 of them, and you don't want to give yours up.
I'm totally in agreement with that. Now, I get it. And again, this is a 3-10 Jets team.
Yeah.
This is a 3-10 Jags team. I mean, they would say the same thing. How would we possibly lose to a 3-10 team with their backup quarterback who just lost their number one tight end after losing Christian Kirk this year? I mean, you look down the line, and the Jags overall have probably been pretty healthy, but now they've been beset with key pieces being out on the offensive side. So, hey, again, appreciate the call.
Yeah.
You can feel how you like. I just, this whole you got to get over, if you don't like the stadium being funded partially with county money or city money, whatever you want to look at it, that ship is long sailed.
Long sailed. It's a done deal.
Yep.
Back in a moment, 355 NFL1, the number 355-6351, 32-25, the final. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
What's here is a place that generations have trusted to help their kids grow up healthy and strong. What's here are caregivers with knowledge and expertise rivaling any children's hospital in the world. What's here is the only Level 1 pediatric trauma center in our region. What's here is Wolfson Children's Hospital, with the technology, research, and dedication to save and change countless young lives. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
Jaguars fans, huddle up for the best defense against expensive car repairs, CarShield. Score big with the nation's #1 automotive protection company, CarShield. They offer affordable plans covering repairs on up to 5,000 parts and systems in your car, truck, or SUV. Don't miss any Jaguars action this season with a car breakdown. Call 800-471-1223. Coverage varies by plans. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Hey Jaguars fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic looking for a parking space? Well, join the thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to Everbank Field is on JTA's Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 5 locations around Jacksonville. Passes start at $10 and are available exclusively on the MyJTA mobile app. Visit JTAFLA.com for full details. The JTA Game Day Express, where you're winning before the game even starts. Your Game Day Express is sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woo-hoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical, because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Get a new Tucson, Santa Fe, Elantra, or Sonata with 0% APR for 48 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Hyundai is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Offers end January 2nd. Call 813-867-0006 for complete offer details.
Hey fans, it's Tyson Campbell, cornerback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, your game day is getting even tastier with Al's Pizza in the stadium. And every time we get a pick, you'll score. If the Jaguars get 1 interception, you'll enjoy buy one, get one free pizza at any Al's Pizza location Monday through Thursday after the home game. 2 interceptions, a free dessert. And 3 interceptions, that's a free appetizer. Just tell them you want the Jags pick. Up your game and get your Al's Pizza at the game or any of their locations.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back, JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and Brian Sexton from the Hyundai Studios. The Scoreboard Show continues. 355-NFL1, the number, 355-6351. Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams over Mac Jones and Brian Thomas Jr. today. Shootout, back and forth ball game, but the big plays, 7 plays of 20 or more yards for the New York Jets today. 3 of those in the fourth quarter to Davante Adams, 71, 23, and 41 yards respectively.
Well, and I know Jeff
the difference.
Lageman has chronicled the number. I've lost track of what the number is, but it's a franchise record number of quote-unquote explosive plays. I mean, this defense has been susceptible to it all season long. And that's the problem, is that today they ran into a quarterback who was always going to be able to take advantage if guys were in the wrong place. And too often, whether we're talking about Tyson Campbell or Jarian Jones or, on Davante Adams' fourth quarter touchdown where he ran right down the seam, Aluakun had him early, and Devin Lloyd was running like hell to try and chase him down, and it wasn't until the end that Savage and Antonio Johnson came over the top on it. I mean, that seemed to be a jailbreak from every which way, and you could see Aaron Rodgers saw that matchup, and he went right at it.
Well, you heard Doug Pederson in the postgame. He was talking about that exactly with Bucky Brooks, that it's like, JP and I kind of looked at each other when he said, this game needs to be a wake-up call. We're like, pretty late for a wake-up call
Right.
at this point, because I think what he's saying is, if this doesn't crystallize what I'm talking about when he's talking to his players about it's 1 or 2 or 3 plays, you played an outstanding first half,
Sure.
right? But the one play that you didn't, well, really 2, was the fake punt that you allowed him to go 21, and then the touchdown, Garrett Wilson was wide open. But without those receptions on that drive after the fake punt, Aaron Rodgers completed 1 pass in the first half. 1 pass. So the defense played a great half of football, but obviously they blew a lot of coverages in the second half.
Part of that, too, big plays and big moments, is on the offensive side in the red zone. When Mac Jones steps out of bounds on the sack and they go back to third and, goal from the 11?
At the 13,
Yeah, have to kick the field goal. And then they've got Brian Thomas Jr. in his hands in the back left corner. He can't come down with it. Good play by the defender, and they have to settle for another field goal. I mean, that's points off the board.
Right, and that one, could Mac Jones have thrown a bit of a better ball? Okay, maybe. But I felt like Brian Thomas, if he could have just kind of gathered and elevated and went straight up instead of kind of jumping out, he might have been able to bring that one in. So as well as he played today, he probably left a play or two out there.
You watched one of the great combinations, Rodgers to Adams, right? I mean, they're in the top 5, I think, in every statistical category.
80 touchdowns between them.
There's sensational. The timing, the time on task that is required to get that sort of timing, and you got Brian Thomas Jr. who's out there basically freelancing it. He didn't have enough time with Trevor to get that sort of start, and now he's got Mac, and clearly, there was that one, I think it was on the first down on the final drive before he threw the interception, the play out to Brian Thomas where he just sort of mistimed it. They don't have enough time together for Brian Thomas to be able to have that sort of rhythm and rapport, but the thought is Trevor and Brian Thomas Jr. should be an explosive combination going forward.
Well, if nothing else, the last 3 halves of play, I should say, for the Jaguars should have shown anyone who questioned you can't throw it enough to Brian Thomas Jr.
Nope.
With his football.
He's ahead, by the way. He had 14 targets today.
He
so
did.
He's ahead
so
of your
a little
pace.
ahead of the pace.
A little ahead of your pace.
I'll settle for 60 still. He might have a 10-target game down the stretch, but they did a great job getting him the ball today. All right, let's go back to the lines here and talk to Justin on the west side next up on the Scoreboard Show. Go ahead, Justin.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Excellent.
What's up?
Hey, I got some static on my side. Hopefully you can hear me okay. But I was going to touch a little bit on what the last caller said about Shad Khan, the owner, and I think it's obviously great that we do have an NFL football team, only 1 of 32 cities. That's all great. But, you start really digging into some of the issues with the Jaguars. I mean, just the other night, Tony Khan was at a Dallas Cowboys game, didn't have a Jaguar shirt on. Nobody would know that he even owns the team to begin with. You have, Doug Pederson calling out, being passive-aggressive about Trevor Lawrence in his press conferences. You have Trent Baalke, who's never held accountable for anything. You never hear from him, So, and then you talked about injuries too. So you have the Detroit Lions, for example. They have many players out. They are winning left and right. I mean, they're making it happen. So I just think that I understand y'all's perspective about being thankful that we have a team with Shad Khan. But at the same time, I mean, we got to raise the standards. I mean, there's got to be some accountability all around the organization. Would you agree with that?
Sure, but the man who determines what the level of accountability is the owner of the team. So if you say that the owner has to have some accountability, to whom? Right? I mean, if you don't like the way he's running things, don't buy tickets. Right? Don't follow the team. Don't buy merchandise. I mean, you can vote with your wallet if you want to. That's certainly fair, right? But in terms of accountability, Trent Baalke's got to answer to Shad Khan. He's had an answer that Shad Khan has liked well enough for the last couple of years. And let's not forget, Shad Khan has had nothing but losing for the most part, with rare exceptions since he got here. So now they win a division title in Doug Pederson's first year. They come back and it's disappointing, but they had a winning record. And back-to-back winning seasons is unheard of in his tenure. So the fact that he hasn't fired anybody at this point in the season doesn't mean he won't at the end of the year. But, from his standpoint, I'm sure a factor in it, guys, is this is the longest stretch of any kind of relevancy we've had, as bad as it's been.
Yep.
it's still better than everything else that's come before it for me, with the exception of 2017.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. And what was this caller's name?
That was Justin.
Justin. Your point about the coach and the general manager are salient points. Do not disagree with them at all. But what the first caller was intimating is that Shad Khan hasn't done enough. That if he is getting public financing for his stadium, he has to do more. And the point that we were making was that Shad had done a lot and put pieces in place for these guys to go and succeed. Now, at the end of this season, he's going to be able to sit down and decide whatever it is that he decides to do with this. But the contention that this owner hasn't done enough is only that if you believe he should be firing people right now. If you believe that he's done by putting the Miller Electric Center together, by giving them the checkbook to sign free agents, by making sure that they had all the resources necessary to go and win, he's done his job. He's given them those. At the end of the year, the next job comes in, and that is evaluating what they did and what he's going to do.
355-NFL-1, the number, 355-6351. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. More calls ahead. Plenty of time for you to get in with us after Jaguars lost 32-25 to the Jets. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
What's here is a place that generations have trusted to help their kids grow up healthy and strong. What's here are caregivers with knowledge and expertise rivaling any children's hospital in the world. What's here is the only Level 1 pediatric trauma center in our region. What's here is Wolfson Children's Hospital, with the technology, research, and dedication to save and change countless young lives. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is a whole lot more than just wings. Craving the ultimate game day experience? Look no further. Swing by Mr. Chubby's and indulge in the biggest and best wings in town, all while soaking up the lively atmosphere with fellow sports fans. With plenty of game day specials and locations on the West Side, Fleming Island, Ponte Vedra Beach, and new this season, Everbank Stadium, they're here for all your game day needs. Mr. Chubby's Wings is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Join the Jaguars in Miami and Houston. Watch them win in Philly, Detroit, Nashville, and Las Vegas. All the other Jaguars games are just one short connection away. And if airport parking has you stressed, be sure to visit the Jax Airport website before traveling to the terminal. On it, you'll find information about the status of on-airport parking in real time. See if your favorite areas are available or if you need to call an audible. Visit flyjax.com for more information.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close.
Oh my God!
Backstage passes close. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access, you're in. Woo! Learn more at verizon.com/access.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton from the Hyundai Studios. 355-NFL-1, 355-6351. Let's get back to the phone line.
Let's do that. I believe Kathy at the Beaches is next here on the Scoreboard Show. Hello, Kathy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Well, what's going on?
Well, I just had a question. That one play where the Jets caught the ball in the fourth quarter, to me, seemed like it was possibly, a turning point. And it showed him, and I don't know who the player was, but it showed his foot inbound, but the second foot was clearly out of bounds, and it seems like the only people that saw it were the fans because they erupted, very loudly in protest.
Well, Kathy, there was a different angle on the television feed that showed the very tiptoe of that right foot down with the left foot in bounds as well.
Yeah, kicking up dirt, which is
it was
the
close.
toe drag. It
really
was close,
close.
but it was evident. I mean,
Yes.
it was unmistakable that it was a good catch.
That was an incredible
Okay.
catch is what it was. But
Well,
close
they
call.
showed it several different times, and everybody was going crazy, and so I was just wondering what actually happened because that play kind of seemed to be the turning point.
It was a big one, no question about it, and a good point in pointing that out. But I don't know what they showed on the scoreboard.
Right.
I
They
don't know
might
what
not have
angles
shown
they
that.
showed.
They might
But
not
the
have shown
angle
that.
that we saw, because they were talking on the radio broadcast, like, why didn't they at least take a look at that?
Inside
an
2 minutes,
expedited
right?
review. Right.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
could have
yeah.
done that. But when we saw it, we're like, oh, well, that's clearly a catch. He's one foot firmly planted in bound, the other toe kicking up with the little pellets that is why they have them, so you can see that. And he had full possession of the football, kept it all the way through the act of going to the ground. So I'd like to be upset about that one, but I can't.
Yeah, if it's that clear, then no reason to stop the game to take a closer look, and that's apparently what happened. Let's come back. We've got final few moments of the Scoreboard Show.
Any voting? Any player of the game, or that's on the other hour?
If you want to, we can vote again if you want.
No, I'll just
no. Back in a moment. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
What's here is a place that generations have trusted to help their kids grow up healthy and strong. What's here are caregivers with knowledge and expertise rivaling any children's hospital in the world. What's here is the only Level 1 pediatric trauma center in our region. What's here is Wolfson Children's Hospital, with the technology, research, and dedication to save and change countless young lives. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. If so, your holiday's now even more magical because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Get a new Tucson, Santa Fe, Elantra, or Sonata with 0% APR for 48 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Hyundai is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Offers end January 2nd. Call 813-867-0006 for complete offer details.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbq.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Hey, Jaguars fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic looking for a parking space? Well, join the thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to Everbank Field is on JTA's Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 5 locations around Jacksonville. Passes start at $10 and are available exclusively on the MyJTA mobile app. Visit JTAFLA.com for full details. The JTA Game Day Express, where you're winning before the game even starts. Your Game Day Express is sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp. Refreshing. And ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Headquartered in Jacksonville, Florida, CSI Companies partners with leading healthcare and technology organizations nationwide to deliver workforce solutions. CSI prides itself on building meaningful relationships and provides personalized operations to fuel the success of businesses, both big and small. Whether it's finding the right talent for a job or seamlessly managing a project from start to finish, CSI has 3 decades of experience in getting the job done. This is your workforce solutions reimagined. Visit CSICompanies.com.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. Final moments of the Scoreboard Show. If you didn't get in here, the 5th quarter is next. They'll take your calls for the next couple hours after Jaguars lost to the Jets. We are on to Vegas. Jaguars and the Raiders coming up next Sunday, 4:25 kickoff time. And the weekend before Christmas, West Coast road trip, team that's 3-11. Let's see the want-to this week coming up for the Jags. That'll be the big test, I think.
I would totally agree with you. I saw a lot of want-to today.
Yes.
I mean, you're going to get that from as many young players as are out on the field. I still want to see a couple other guys, right? I mean, I'd like to see Deontay Prince get on the field here before the season is over. I'd like to see more of Jordan Jefferson. There are some young guys, Keelan Robinson. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, it would have been nice for Jefferson to be active today, but we're not out of practice either.
Oh no! Listen, they've got a numbers game that they're playing.
Sure.
There, I think that's a really important position for the Jaguars. Listen, Jeff Loggeman will tell me tomorrow when he watches the tape how Mason Smith played. But those two guys, I got to see as much of them as possible because I got to know whether I need a defensive tackle in the draft or whether those two guys, my 2nd and 4th round pick, are guys that I can build on.
Well, and to your point about effort, if they go out there and play like they want to, I think they'll win because I think Vegas is done. I really do. Max Crosby is the emotional heart of that team.
And he's done.
Shutting it down for the year. They, as an organization, although you can't make players not try, as an organization, you could put different guys on the field if you want to, and they need a quarterback. And they know, and I think Shador Sanders is the apple of their eye because I think, Deion's already indicated back in February to Antonio Pierce that I want to get my guy to the Raiders, so they don't want to have to spend a bunch of draft capital to trade up. I think, as much as an organization can be putting it into park or reverse, I think that's what the Raiders are doing down the stretch. So
You might see Carter Bradley. He's active now. Gus's son, quarterback. So who knows?
I had no idea.
How about that?
Yeah.
He got elevated from the practice squad last week.
I didn't even know he was in the NFL.
That's right.
I didn't either. And good for I'm glad you didn't either, but good for Gus Bradley's kid.
Oh, listen, he's a nice kid. Yes. The Bradley family's a nice family.
No doubt. All right, that's next week, 4:25. Brian, we'll see you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Jags AM tomorrow.
Jags AM tomorrow.
Jaguars Today tomorrow.
10 to noon, David Garrard will stop by.
Jaguars Happy Hour, 4 to 6. Tony Baselli and Pete Prisco.
Buckle up.
Yeah, at this point, it's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean you.
Oh, me, yeah. Yeah, get ready for the ride. That'll do it for the Scoreboard Show. 32-25 the final. Jets over the Jaguars. 5th quarter is next. This has been the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.